Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson, the #1 educator in the asset recovery business. Today, I have a great video in store. I'm gonna break down how much you should charge in the surplus funds business. Before we get started, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys know I'm coming out with content for you guys so that you can be successful. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a common question, guys. Many people do not know how they should actually price, how much they should make based on the percentage to charge. All right, now typically in this business it is going to be standard to charge anywhere between 15 to 30%. We are receiving a percentage as a success fee. Okay, so we see that there's an individual who is entitled funds and we see how much they're entitled and we know how to get it. We just need to connect the dots and reunite the individuals with the funds. Now all of the services that we provide have value and they're going to allow us to actually retain that success fee. So by us doing our research, by us reaching out to the client, by us handling all the marketing, by gathering all of the documents, by setting up the notary, by preparing the actual claim to submit, that is the value that we provide that we deserve to get paid. These individuals have funds and they typically don't know how to file it, but we do. We're the ones who have expertise in this realm and we should definitely get paid for our services. Now, just because I'm gonna recommend how much you guys should charge doesn't necessarily mean that the customer on the other side of the phone will agree to it. This does come down to negotiating. So I want you guys to be aware of that. If I do give you standard percentages, please understand that you will have to negotiate with your client as well. I'm gonna also break down different scenarios on when you'll have to negotiate and then also bring some awareness to you when it comes to states that you're working. So the first thing that we wanna do whenever it comes to explaining the percentage that we're charging, we want to provide the value first. Okay, so if somebody says, well, how much does it cost? And you're informing them that, the beauty of working with us is we do not charge any upfront fees. You don't want to just go in and say, we charge 30%. You want to present the value first, then you're gonna give the percentage. The same thing when it comes to the dollar amount. When somebody wants to know how much they're entitled, we're not gonna say you're owed $100,000. We're gonna break down what happened. So your property was foreclosed due to non-payment and taxes. I see that you owed a little less than $10,000 and the property sold for $50,000. So that leaves us about a potential surplus of $40,000. Okay, it makes sense. So same thing with the percentage. They're like, okay, well, you don't charge anything up front. How much do you charge? Break down your value. Understand your value, but break it down simple. The best way that you can respond to this is going to be 3 simple ways. So if somebody asks you, well, how much do you charge? Now we're going to break it down. So with all of the research and effort into this claim, the attorney filing costs, and also the follow-up with the county and communication, we do have a success fee of 25%. Okay, so we've now broken down the value that they're going to get. All right, we have the research, we're pulling the documents, we're handling the legal filing costs, the notary, the attorney costs, things like that, the communication, the follow-up. Now we're presenting that value so that the client can understand. Once they hear 25%, it can make sense, opposed to somebody saying, hey, well, how much do you charge? 25%? Well, that sounds a little high. What exactly goes into it? Now you presented the value, so when you offer the percentage, it makes sense. Now they might say, oh, well, that's too high. You can tell them, what's a percentage that you would deem as fair? Okay, if 25% is too high, what is something that you would deem as fair? All right, they might say, well, how about 20? Okay, if anybody wants to negotiate with you, a great thing to say is, all right, you know what? We offer the lowest rate guarantee. Or you can tell them, you know what, I really want to help you. We're in the business of helping people. We're not trying to, whack somebody over the head with our success fee. We really want to help you out. So, you know what, if you're serious about this and we can go ahead and expedite this process, meaning you can sign today, I can go ahead and do 20%. That's fine. Because in all honesty, guys, the paperwork takes less than 10 minutes. The whole process thing is simple on our end. All right, you might spend 2 to 3 hours max on each claim, but you do have to wait, sometimes months until you get paid out. So it's completely fine if they want to negotiate down to 20%, 15%, whatever it is. Just make sure that the spread, if you're using an attorney, is enough for your time as well. So the next thing that we want to keep in mind is based on the state, okay, there are going to be some limitations, but you have to know, is there a state regulation in regards to the unclaimed state fund side, unclaimed property, or is this actually in regards to tax overages, mortgage foreclosures? So in my course, guys, I have a 50 state statute guide that will give you the state statute for tax overages. It'll give you the state statute for mortgage foreclosures. And if there is a cap on the percentage, that will be listed. Okay, so that is something that you can definitely use to your advantage so that you know going into a state you have confidence on working. Now, that is a common misconception. A lot of people will do research and see, oh, you can only charge 10%, when actually that state statute is in regulations for unclaimed property on the state level. That's not gonna be surplus funds that are held at the county. Regardless of what you do, make sure that when you are explaining your percentage, you have value and you have confidence. People are gonna work with people who elude confidence, who are professional, expert, knowledgeable, all right? So make it make sense, guys. I hope you guys are out there killing it. If you want to learn step-by-step exactly how to do this business, take advantage of the code Take Action. You'll receive $100 off the course. The link is in the description. I'm looking forward to helping you guys out.